What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode number 19 now of the My Player Career Mode. Obviously, in the last episode, we took on Real Madrid in the semi-final second leg, where we managed to bag ourselves a goal, but unfortunately, we went out on away goals, meaning we won't be playing in a final for the first time in my career. So I'm a bit disappointed at that, but we just have to look on to the future now. And we do, in fact, have our first game here, as we did take on, I think it was it Sociedad? I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but you can see the league table there. Oh, no, it's actually Deportivo, sorry. You can see the league table there, and Barcelona are actually sat in 8th place at the moment, which is absolutely mental. To see them all the way down in 8th is just crazy. So they're not having the best of seasons in terms of that one. So our 2-0 victory against them wasn't really that much of as good a result as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be, one of the best results we're going to get this season. However, they are actually down in 8th place at the moment. So at the moment, they're not doing too well themselves. But 23 minutes into this game, we had our first chance here against Deportivo, and it was a very tough game, this one. You can see there we struck it against the bar. The chance wasn't gone there, though, as we did, in fact, have another chance straight after that. Down this left-hand side, across the ball into an area. Cleared away by the Deportivo man, not convincingly, though, as it does, in fact, come back to one of my teammates. And we end up creating another chance. I think we end up hitting the post from it as well, pretty much straight after. So we've hit the bar and the post in the space of 2 attacks, really. But I have to say, Deportivo were an extremely tough side to play against today. They absolutely just basically, well, I wouldn't say they were tough in terms of going forward, but what they were was that they were just so tough in defence and resilient, and we just couldn't quite break them down. I mean, you're seeing here, 30 minutes in, we're actually doing pretty well for ourselves, but then after that, they really shut up shop, and it was very, very difficult to get a chance for myself and my teammates. I don't think I have a shot during this game. I'm pretty sure we don't even have a shot, which is just mental, but it was a very good commanding defensive performance from Deportivo. They didn't really come out too much. As you can see, the 82nd minute was when they managed to get themselves into this game. It wasn't really anything that I was happy with, I have to say. It was a very good save in the end by Diego Alves, because in the end it could have been actually Deportivo coming away with 3 points from this one, as they still had a corner that we in fact had to defend from, and they actually win the header. It's cleared off the line by my teammates. So you can see, although Deportivo shut up shop and went for a defensive sort of stance in this game, they weren't out of it by any stretch of the imagination. They could have easily won this game themselves, but they did in fact sort of look to get the first half out the way and come in at 0-0, and then they sort of grew into the game as the second half went on. But we didn't really do anything after that. Literally, our first early chances were the only chances of that game. I didn't have a shot on the entire game in terms of one that was actually worth showing you guys. In fact, I'm not even sure I have a shot in the entirety of the game, which is a bit annoying, really. But, it is what it is. If we pick up a 0-0 draw there and we get another point, I guess we don't lose the game, so there's that bonus to take from it. However, you got to look at Deportivo and say that's 2 points lost, because they're actually down in the, not relegation zone, but they're actually low down in the table, and I would have liked to have said that we should have beaten that Deportivo side there. However, we go into the next game looking to bounce back with a better performance there. A bit of training before we, in fact, do move into that game. As you can see, I'm pretty sure we actually go to 83 overall soon. Oh, it's not on this one. It might be on the next one. You can see the bar. We're basically there already. I can call myself an 83 rated striker because we're basically there. We took on Sociedad, there you go, for the second game of this episode, and we just got, obviously, a 0-0 draw there. We are actually up into 4th, though. So when we joined Valencia, we were, I think, was it 7th, 8th, or possibly even 9th? But now we are in the top 4. So that's very good to see. The fact that we've come in here and we've scored a few goals has got us into a position for that. I wouldn't say it's all been me, because obviously the team's been playing well as well. But our goals have certainly helped Valencia on the way to getting themselves back up into the top 4 position. And I have to say as well, Sociedad, they didn't really have too much of a decent team. I mean, I follow Spanish football occasionally, but I will say as well, I haven't followed it in the last 3-4 years, but I have to say, I used to follow it quite a bit back in the day, and Sociedad weren't that bad a side, obviously, when they had Griezmann there, but he's obviously left since then and gone to Vallecano Madrid, where he just seems to be an unbelievable striker. But the first chance of the game did fall our way in 7 minutes, as I did not mean to play it to my teammate, but in the end it actually went to him. He took the strike on, but it was straight at the Sociedad goalkeeper. And in the 18th minute of this one, how about this for a goal? What a finish into the top corner, 19 minutes on the clock, and it's an absolute rifle into the top right-hand corner of the goal, and we got ourselves on the score sheet here. So in the first game, we were utterly disappointing. I didn't even have a shot in the entire 90 minutes, whereas it's taken us 20 minutes of this one, and not only have we had a shot, it's an absolute peacher of a goal. What a strike this is into the top corner, and I made it 1-0 with pretty much my first shot of the entire game, and the entire episode for that matter as well. So it's very good to see the fact that when I got the chance on my left foot, it was really only a half chance as well. The defender still did quite well to try and put me off, but I decided to take it early as soon as I got to the edge of the area. thankful that I did, because it meant that we did, in fact, take the lead in this game. And I have to say as well, this game was a bit of a weird one, because we obviously just played against Deportivo last game, didn't play well there, came up against Sociedad, who in my opinion should have been a more tougher test for us, and we played them off the park, as in the 31st minute we got another chance for ourselves. Comes to my teammate on the right side, he's going to give it inside to me, when I did in fact, well actually I didn't call for it instantly, I waited a bit, and then eventually cross does come back into the middle. I wanted it to come to me, but in the end it went to Nani, who was at the back post to nod us 2-0 in the lead. A very, very nice header from the winger, not known for his heading ability, but occasionally he pops up with one, and there is one of the ones that he does pop up with. I think it comes off the bar and the post in the end before it ends up nestling in the back of the net. Yes, it does. Oh, no, it doesn't. It just comes off the bar, then hits the side netting and nestles in the back of the net. But regardless of that, we were 2-0 up and cruising in this one. Sociedad, to their poor performance, we were absolutely doing brilliantly as well to counteract the fact that they were having a poor game. We took full advantage of it by scoring myself, and Nani gets his 10th in the Liga, which is very good for him. I think we've hit 5 goals now in, 6 games or 5 goals in 5 games? I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I know for sure we have a decent goal record here. It's a lot better than where it has been in terms of the one at Hull and then in terms of the one at MK Dons. This is probably our best, goals to games ratio that we're going to have in our career here at Valencia. 40 minutes into the game, and Sociedad finally got themselves a chance. It was only really a half chance as the corner was whipped in. The header went straight at Diego Alves. But into the stroke of half-time we went, and we did have one more chance before the half would fall as it came to my teammate from me playing a through ball. I reacted quickest when the shot was blocked. I got my shot on target, but it was a decent save by the Sociedad goalkeeper, and unfortunate not to go up into half-time at 3-0. But we did have another chance into the second half now, 61 minutes, as I got into a good position. I tried the low-driven shot. Again, it's poor from me. I should have done a lot better with a chance, as I actually went begging for us there. I was a bit disappointed in myself. But it didn't matter, because 90 minutes were up, and we did, in fact, win the game by 2-0, picking up another 3 points for ourselves as well. Very nice to see. But not only that, we also got ourselves a goal, and that is even better for myself. So you can see there the boss was overall very happy with how we did, in fact, as well. We got an 8.2 match rating, which is mental. We got a few achievements as well popping up on the top right-hand side of your screen. I don't really show you it too much. I will probably go into it at some point and show you how many achievements we've actually done. And when I edit the player and stuff, I actually need to go into the Edit Pro more often, because there's stuff that I unlock and I don't even realise I've got it unlocked. As you can see, we are in fact an 83 rated player as well after that game, closing on an 84 as well. So before we went into that game, we were on the stroke of being 83. Now we're halfway to 84, which is mental. So we could even look at being an 85 rated player by the end of this season, if not 86, which would be just crazy to see. We could be going into the World Cup as an 86 rated striker. You can see Valencia there closing in on the top 3, 1 point behind the third place team. I can't remember who it is there. You saw it on your screen, as we did go into the third and final game of today's episode against Vallecano. I think it's Rayo Vallecano. You can see as well, they're not doing too well on the road, whereas we are. So we were the away team in this one. We picked up a nice amount of points on the road this season. So again, looking for another performance here. I have to say as well, the side from Rayo Vallecano wasn't really one that I feared. And in terms of the defenders, I thought that this was going to be an absolute killing today. I love it when you play against the defenders that aren't, no disrespect to them, that aren't very good, because it means that you have just the free will to just be able to do whatever you want up front as well. But when we come up against the PKs, the Ramoses, and people like that, it's a lot different, I can tell you that for sure. But 19 minutes into the game, the first chance did fall our way. I tried to play my teammate in, I tried to be selfless, but in the end, it came back to me ultimately. I took the strike on, it fell to my teammate in the box, who takes the next strike on. It's a decent save though by the Vallecano goalkeeper, and it wasn't 1-0 unfortunately inside 20 minutes, but 35 minutes into the game, we created another chance. It's basically us just dominating the games today, apart from that first one against Deportivo, where it could have gone either way. As in the 37th minute, we did in fact have another chance as it came to me in the box eventually. I'm not really sure what this was completely, to be honest with you, because I was expecting my teammate to just smash that one into the back of the net. He didn't do. He eventually decided to pass it into me after I called for it. I almost messed up the chance. You're going to see the goalkeeper almost makes the save, but thankfully he didn't, and I got myself another goal in this episode. So that takes us on to 2 goals in the episode in 3 games as well. Very nice to see. You can see that the keeper was very close to getting a hand to that and possibly making the save, but thankfully he didn't. 39 minutes into the game, we were leading by 8-0. And in the 41st minute, we got another chance to get ourselves another goal in this one. It did come to me in a very good position. I just basically give it off to my teammate. It was a really nicely teamwork chance and goal for that matter, as it was a one pass into me, then another pass into my teammate, into Nani, and Nani just simply finishes that one off past the goalkeeper. A very nicely teamworked goal there. I don't really know how Nani had that much space though. That's poor defending from the Vallecano men. And for Nani to get that much space is absolutely ridiculous. I wish I had that much space in the box, and I would have just been scoring that for fun. But 57 minutes into the game, again, another chance by me. A lovely run. I get into a good position, and I really, really like this finish, because I've messed them up so many times this FIFA so far. But the fact that I didn't mess it up there made me a very happy man, as we get our 3rd goal in the game. I have to say as well, like I said, Vallecano's defence, no disrespect to them, are not very good. But you can see the finish, man. It was so close to going wide. The amount of times I've tried to do that finish back across the goalkeeper when I've been in a similar position to just simply pass it in the net and messed it up, I cannot tell you how many times that's happened. But thankfully it didn't there. I didn't look like a fool. It was a decent enough finish, and it meant that we won the game by 3-0, picking up 2 goals in this single game, which takes us on to 3 goals in 3 games for the episode as well. So I think we've scored as many goals as we've played as many games here at Valencia so far. So that record is very, very good to see. A 9.2 match rating for myself. Pretty sure that was the man of the match performance. It was indeed the man of the match performance. All green in terms of what the manager says. All thumbs up from the manager as well. Couldn't ask for more from the team and myself today. Obviously, Valencia doing quite well, but we can't really put that all down to us, because obviously we've got a number of players here doing quite well in the form of Nani. What's his name? Is it? I can't remember what his name is. Is it? What did you say? Is it Vibala? I don't actually know. I know he just plays on the right wing, but he's in there as well. He's scoring a few goals, but on top of that as well, we've come in here to this Valencia side at 38.5 million, and we don't seem to be crumbling under the pressure of the price tag, because right now we've scored as many goals as we have games. So I'm very, very happy with how we're performing here at Valencia. Hopefully as well we'll make it onto the plane for the World Cup come the end of the season. That is the goal for this season coming up now. So I'm not really too bothered about what we do. I just really want to be on that plane for the World Cup in the international, part of the season. So hopefully we're on that plane. Other than that, we are coming towards the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed, smash that like button. As always, I've been Danny, and I'm out. Adios.